Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience, but we are back. We're in the top of the second inning right now. Carlos Munoz started off the inning, striking out on 3 pitches. Mike Macias just flew out to the right fielder, Emmanuel Dean. So there's 2 outs in the top of the second inning, with the 8th batter in the order, Nathan Beckley, to up. It's still 1-0 Bootleggers, as Oscar Mendez was able to work out of the jam in the first inning with Torrey Sweet over at third base. Got a fly out to right, fly out to the left fielder, Cade Yasui, who made an unbelievable diving catch, sprinting in to get it, saving a run.
Indeed. And Evan Shaw, that one tightened inside, almost hit him, but Evan Shaw has been working through this inning so fast, we might be going to another break just as soon as we check back in.
We'll play it by ear on that one. So it brings Nathan Beckley to the plate. It counts it to the ball, 1 strike. Now 2 balls, 1 strike, as that pitch is delivered outside. So that ball's ripped in the right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. First hit of the game for the Bootleggers. Nathan Beckley takes a big turn around first. That gives the Bootleggers 2-out base runner. Just like we saw in the first inning. Able to get a 2-out base runner. We'll see if they can make a rally happen, Marshall.
Absolutely. In that inning, they were able to take advantage of 2 miscues by Tyler Richardson.
That brings Tyler Swan up to the plate. From Gilroy, California, attending Monterey Peninsula College. He's the 9-man in the order. He's also catching behind the plate. First pitch delivered inside. Looked like it nearly got away from Richardson. I gotta say, Oscar Mendez, last inning, he was really impressive.
He was. Yeah, he was mixing up his pitches brilliantly.
Really good command of his breaking ball in the strike zone, too, to get swings and misses. 1-0's hit in the air, shallow center field. Dean and Sweet coming in, and it'll be Emmanuel Dean coming in to make the nice running grab. So that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. Nathan Beckley left over at first base. So 1-0 Bootleggers is our score. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Power looking to get on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for the bottom of the second inning. Spencer Dickinson, Josh Hernandez, Nelson Padilla will get us started for the Power. And we have a new pitcher. Number 13, Spencer Keene, right-handed pitcher, will be on for the second inning. So just 1 inning from Oscar Mendez. Finishes his outing. No hits allowed. And no strikeouts, but no runs, most importantly, Marshall.
Indeed, yeah, that was a beautiful first inning, holding this potent power lineup in check. Let's see if Keene can do much the same.
First pitch swinging is Spencer Dickinson. He comes up empty.
Dickinson hitting 200 this year so far from power. Also seen him with some solid play in his capacity as a PSCL player.
Came off a tremendous season over at College of the Desert as he falls behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Really good life on this fastball so far from Spencer Keene.
Wow, absolutely zipping.
So far, that pitch coming in at 87 miles per hour. So it looks like that's where he'll stay with his fastball for the most part, mid to higher 80s. 1-2, way upstairs, ball 2. He's working quickly too.
Very quickly.
Yeah, definitely amped up. That last one coming in at 88 miles an hour. Here's the 2-2. On the outside corner, a called strike 3. 1 batter, 1 strikeout looking for the new pitcher, Spencer Keene. Dickinson goes down looking.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 1, Josh Hernandez.
That'll bring up Josh Hernandez, 6th man in the lineup, designated hitter for the Power.
Josh Hernandez, one of, as we mentioned earlier, one of those trustworthy mainstays for the Power.
Sitting 296 this season. 6 RBIs, 1 double to his credit. High on base guy too.
Very much so.
As he falls behind quickly, 0-2, similar to Spencer Dickinson, with Keene out on the mound.
And it has been all fastballs so far from Keene. That's his money pitch, and he trusts it.
Hernandez is drawing a whopping 5 walks, hit by 3 pitches so far this season as he takes ball 1 upstairs.
He's stolen a couple bases as well.
Left fielder Keiji Sui playing relatively shallow. I guess he'd be in good position to try and make another diving catch as ball 2 is delivered outside to Hernandez. Center fielder William Fleece playing a couple steps over to the right center field alleyway. And Kai Pagan over and right playing medium depth, I'd say. Just took a couple steps over towards the line. The 2-2. That ball's it softly out to left field. That's going to drop in front of Keiji Sui for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Power. And Hernandez over at first base. He didn't hit it hard, but he didn't try to do too much with it, Marshall, and he found a good spot to put the ball.
Number 16, Nelson Padilla.
Now here's Nelson Padilla with his season debut with the Power.
Nelson Padilla, that's right, Marshall, out of San Jose State University, redshirt senior. He had 267 this past season. Standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall, 175 pounds, he digs into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch stem, a little high and outside, ball 1.
If he's anything like recent newcomers like Emmanuel Dean and Torrey Sweet, you got to figure he's going to be quick to make an impact tonight.
Still all fastball from Spencer Keene as that one's fouled back into the crowd.
I was mentioning earlier how these young guys come up and just immediately contribute. Just great culture, great team chemistry all around with the Power. It's really gelled in these past 5 games, all of them resounding victories, 4 of them in which they've scored 10 runs or more.
Hernandez inching off of first base. Wonderful takeoff. He does not go. That breaking ball just a little inside. He had Padilla fooled, though, as he was ducking out of the way of it.
And Hernandez, a couple steals on the season.
That was the first off-speed pitch we saw from Keene. That was a breaking ball. And that's in there, strike 2.
And there's another curveball.
Keene looks to be pretty quick going to home plate, too. It's got to be helpful trying to hold base runners on.
Yes. See if he goes back to the straight fastball. Looks like he's set for another breaking ball.
Hernandez does not go. That swung on and missed. Padilla goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning. Second strikeout of the game overall for Bootleggers pitching. There's 2 away. That brings up the catcher, Tyler Richardson, 8th man in the order.
Tyler Richardson.
Richardson hitting .250 this season, 4 RBIs, a couple doubles to his credit. So he'll try to extend this inning with 2 outs and Hernandez over at first base. First pitch swung on and missed by Richardson. Keene able to work ahead in the count once again. Marshall, you think we'll see Hernandez take off here with 2 outs?
I think so. Richardson with a rough first inning defensively and facilitated run for the Bootleggers. Out down quickly.
0-2 the count as Richardson swings through that one. It's been, besides just a couple curveballs, it's been exclusively fastballs from Keene. Working well with the four-seamer in the upper part of the strike zone. He's getting his share of swings and misses. The 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Richardson goes down 3 pitches. He strikes out the side. We're moving quickly here in Palm Springs Stadium. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Bootleggers lead 1-0. Bootleggers are set to take their next set of hacks in the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the order is due up. William Fleece, Cade Yasui, Kai Pagan will be the scheduled hitters for the Bootleggers. As Evan Shaw still out there getting set for his 3rd inning of work. He's gone 2 innings so far. And he's allowed the 1 earned run so far, coming back in the 1st inning. William Fleece out of Northern Oklahoma College Ine is that ball in front of the plate. Throw to the first by Richardson in time. Quick feet from Tyler Richardson. Just like that, there's 1 out. Boy, Marshall, I tell you, this game is moving like lightning.
It's very, very quick.
Just as I was looking at my notes, all of a sudden you have 1 out and Richardson's up making the play.
Looks like you're already in the next inning by the time you look back up. Both these all pitchers so far just working ruthlessly.
That brings Cade Yasui to the plate. He walked his first time up. He stole a couple bases, able to score the only run of the game. He's behind the count, no balls, 1 strike.
Of course, that coming on a pass ball by Richardson.
0-2 the count, breaking ball along the inside part of the plate.
Shaw is just powering through this inning.
Yasui out of Howard College, going into his sophomore year. So he swings and misses, strikes out on 3 pitches. Good-looking sequence there from Evan Shaw.
Just fastball after fastball after fastball, topping out around 84.
4th strikeout of the game recorded by Evan Shaw. That brings Kai Pagan to the plate. He struck out his first time up. First pitch chopped out to shortstop. Padilla up with it. Throw from shallow center field in time. Smooth looking play from the shortstop Padilla. That retires the side in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left for the Bootleggers. Evan Shaw works a perfect 3rd inning. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for the bottom of the third inning. We mentioned it before. This game moving like absolute lightning. It'll be the 9-man in the order for the Power. Christopher Perez due up, and then the top, Torrey Sweet, Isaiah Alvarez, Connor Olson to follow. Spencer Keane back on the mound for a second inning of work. Struck out the side in the second, allowed just the one hit.
Indeed, and boy, did he carve through that inning very quickly, almost relying entirely on his fastball through one curveball, and there's about a 20-mile-per-hour difference between his fastball and his curveball. Curve at about 66, fastball topping out around 85.
That fastball upstairs, 2-0 the count to Christopher Perez. Power trying to get to work on the scoreboard. They trail 1-0. So far, especially with the way the past 5 games have gone, it's shocking to see the Power not putting up a bunch of runs early.
It is shocking.
Upstairs, 3-0. I know you're a bit of a stickler for this, Marshall. Do you think we'll see an automatic take with the count 3-0?
I don't think we'll see it here.
Oh, first I've heard that from you, Marshall. Do tell why.
I think he...
This guy caught me by surprise, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it wouldn't matter anyway. He draws the walk.
Seriously, why do you say, Marshall? Explain yourself.
Oh, I thought you were asking if I thought impartially what their strategy was going to be. You know, my preference is not to swing, but regardless, he gets the walk.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Casey Dill loves green lights.
Yes, he does.
So that brings Torrey Sweet up to the plate. Reached on an error his first time up. Stole a base. He was left over at third in the first inning. Quick meeting on the mound between the catcher Tyler Swan and his pitcher Keane.
Still nothing but.
So we'll see Spencer Keane working out the stretch again. Slide step inside, ball 1. That fastball coming in about 82 miles per hour.
Again, just as a reminder, just one curveball. That's the only non-fastball thrown by Keane so far.
Good looking lead from Perez. Another fastball just a little high, 2-0. So 2-0 count, what are you looking for if you're Torrey Sweet, Marshall?
2-0, I think I'm going to be looking for... something, definitely going to be looking for something in the zone. Right down the middle. Oh man, just catch it to the zone.
Takes on the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Wonder if Torrey Sweet could have been taking that all the way after 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone to start the inning. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Spencer Keane dealing with a 3-1 count to Torrey Sweet. Middle infield set to try and turn 2. Strike 2. Torrey Sweet tossed his bat aside. Home plate umpire called that strike 2 immediately, and that puts it to a full count. So I think we'll see Perez take off from first with the count full.
I think we will. 7 into that
3-2. Perez does not go, and that's fouled back.
Fastball after fastball after fastball. Keane working so fast. There's barely any time between these pitches, which is part of why we're already in the bottom of the third.
That last pitch coming in at 84 miles an hour. Struck out the side his last inning. It's a good four-seamer. The 3-2. Tries to go with the breaking ball just a little bit outside. Looked like the home plate umpire might have thought about it for a moment. But ultimately, that'll be 2 straight walks start the inning. Puts runners on first and second, nobody out for the Power. That'll bring up Isaiah Alvarez. Flew out to right field his first time up.
Alvarez had 2 RBIs in his first game of the season against the Halos on the 14th. None since then. He's batting just 182 coming into this game. All right chance for him to break out of that slump.
Big hole on the right side. That pitch is way outside, ball 1. First baseman Carlos Munoz was playing a few feet into the grass, expecting a bunt. Tyler Priest even with the bag over at third. We haven't seen too much bunting this season from the Power.
Not a lot. When you talk about, speed game not being as big in baseball these days, or Major League Baseball, bunting especially is not as prevalent.
1-0, upstairs 2-0. nibbling just a little bit, just not quite the same command that Spencer Keane had in the first inning.
Not
It
quite.
looks like Austin Miller is going to start throwing in the bullpen for the Bootleggers. Here's the 2-0. That's a little high, ball 3.
Yeah.
Think we'll see a take 3-0?
You know, I think impartially, I think we will. Personally, I prefer not to. Ah, took it anyway.
So that's ball 4. 3 straight walks to start the inning. That loads the bases with nobody out. Bit of a danger zone here for the Bootleggers while the meeting on the mound.
And you cannot keep gifting runners to this offense. Like I mentioned earlier, these 5 straight wins, 4 of them they scored 10 runs or more. Had a 15-2 win recently, and we're going to get a pitching change sure enough.
So it looks like Austin Miller, he got up quickly, I tell you what. He'll come on and be the new pitcher as he gets some of his warm-up pitches. We'll be back in just a moment. New pitcher on the mound, dealing with the bases loaded, nobody out. So we have a pitching change. Austin Miller just finishing up his final warm-up tosses. He'll come on, deal with a bases loaded, nobody out situation. 3 straight walks to start the inning. Miller, big guy. Right-handed pitcher, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 210 pounds. Incoming freshman of Southeastern Illinois College. Well-traveled young man. He'll deal with the bases loaded, nobody out, trying to limit the damage. Bootleggers lead 1-0 after manufacturing a run in the first inning. First man he'll deal will be Connor Olson, third man in the order. Flew out to left field his first time up on a diving catch by Kei Yasui.
Olson, another one of those newcomers, quick to make an impact.
That first pitch delivered outside, ball 1.
His first game of the season against the Inland Valley Bucks, Olson went 3 for 3 with 5 runs batted in and a 15-2 trouncing of the Bucks.
What's your approach here if you're Austin Miller and the Bootleggers? Tough situation to come into the ball game as he delivers strike 1 with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Very, very tough decision. I think you got to be aggressive and work the zone so far. Fastball just topping out around the mid-80s.
2-1 the count. Beckley and Mike Macias will play a double play depth, trying to turn 2 in the middle. Munoz and Priest about even with the bags over at the corners, possibly trying to cut down the run at the plate. Swing the miss, 2-2 the count. Connor Olson dealing with Austin Miller on the mound. Yasui in left, playing relatively deep compared to how a lot of left fielders play left-handed batters. The 2-2. That's out to left field again. Coming on is Yasui, makes a nice running catch. And here come Here comes Perez, and he'll slide in safely, 1-1.
The power score and are tied 1-1.
Keijasui did a great job getting behind that ball. Threw that to the plate just a little bit up the line. Perez tags up and scores to tie the ball game. That'll bring Emmanuel Dean up to the plate with man on first and second.
Now batting for the power, the right fielder, number 26, Emmanuel Dean.
Emmanuel Dean, the sophomore out of Cal State Northridge, made noise in his first game of the season against the Pirates with a hit and 2 RBIs as well as a stolen base.
First pitch to Dean. Breaking ball a little bit low. That breaking ball came in 66 miles per hour, so another big difference in speed. Fastball comparing to the curveball, Marshall.
Yes.
Torrey Sweet still over at second base. Isaiah Alvarez at first. They were not able to advance on the throw home by Keijasui.
Much like Keene, we're seeing about almost a 20-mile-per-hour difference between the breaking ball and the fastball. That was a 66-mile-per-hour changeup.
Throw down to second base, not in time. Tyler Swan trying to throw behind the runner, Torrey Sweet.
Miller just not finding that strike zone so far.
Well, so far was able to work the first out, just one pitch away from trying to get out of this inning if he can roll a double play ball.
Yes.
Big hole on the right side, Beckley playing towards second base bag. That ball sprayed foul toward the Bootleggers dugout. Third RBI of the season. Excuse me, 6th RBI of the season for Connor Olson on that last sacrifice fly. 2-1, there goes Sweet. And there won't be a throw. Isaiah Alvarez follows nicely going to second base. So a double steal for the Power, returning the favor after the Bootleggers pulled off a double steal on their half of the first.
That fastball coming in at 79 miles per hour. So Miller's stuff not terribly overpowering.
Middle infielders playing back. They'll concede a run on the grounders. That's a little upstairs, ball 3. Ground ball from Emmanuel Dean could make this a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Power. Another fly ball could do the job too. Torrey Sweet has great speed over at third.
And the outfield's playing pretty deep as well.
Here's a 3-2. That's in the air, fouled back.
Sailing right over the PA booth.
For what it's worth, first base is open with Spencer Dickinson on deck, who struck out his first at bat. Depending on the confidence with command, loading the bases will also set up a double play possibility.
Might be a good idea.
Now Miller said he kicks and deals a 3-2. Just a little outside, ball 4. Fourth walk of the inning issued by Bootleggers pitching. It loads the bases again, this time with 1 out.
Spencer Dickinson.
That'll bring Spencer Dickinson up. Struck out looking his first at bat.
Dickinson, 1 RBI in the season. He managed it in that 15-2 blowout over the Bucks mentioned earlier.
Going out of the windup now is Austin Miller. But it was a breaking ball, a little inside, ball 1. His pitches aren't missing by much, but makes it tough nonetheless.
Indeed. Fastball kind of dipping a bit now, around the 78 to 80 range.
It's a little upstairs 2-0. That first pitch looked more like a slider or a cutter to me.
So it's here, yeah, it's just fastballs.
So you're looking dead red if you're Spencer Dickinson with a 2-0 count, or are you taking here, Marshall?
I think it's safe to take.
Taking ball upstairs, 3-0 the count. Just a little bit difficult right now. commanding the pitches for the Bootleggers. Score still tied at 1, the 3-0. Swinging on 3-0 is Dickinson. He's out in front for strike 1. That fastball on the outer part of the plate. Bootleggers still just 1 pitch away from getting out of this if they can roll a double play ball.
Be huge.
The 3-1. In there, strike 2. After falling behind 3-0, Miller able to work it back to a full count. Dickinson trying to give the Power its first lead of the night after scoring 1 run here in the 3rd inning. Taking advantage of 4 walks issues, sacrifice fly from Connor Olson. Here's the 3-2. Whoa, just high. Wow. Bootleggers couldn't believe that was called ball 4.
Honestly, that did kind of look like a strike to me.
I mean, we can't see high and low that well from up here. Gotta have an eagle eye for Spencer Dickinson to take that one. It'll be an RBI for Dickinson. It makes the score 2-1 in favor of the Power. 5th walk of the inning issued by Bootleggers pitching.
Still only 1 out. The Power can blow this wide open here.
That brings up Hernandez. That ball way outside. Hernandez singled his first time up. Connor Caldwell continues to throw in the bullpen for the Bootleggers. He's been throwing for at least a few minutes now. Here's the 1-0. A ball up and away again. 2-0. You know, Marshall, as a pitcher, I've been in a few of these situations during my playing days, and sometimes it feels like it's a little tougher to grip the ball, even though you've done it a bunch of times. So that's in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Sometimes it seems like you're trying to throw it right down the middle and just hoping you hit a corner.
Pressure's got to be intense. You can definitely see it.
2-1. That's it, foul. So Miller able to work it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Miller keeps falling behind and working his way back, but he just cannot seem to locate all that well this inning.
This will be a really good time for a strikeout if you're Austin Miller.
See if he can have any faith in his breaking stuff. He hasn't thrown that changeup in a bit.
The 2-2. Sprayed foul left side. That foul ball going out towards the concession stands. Base hit would be huge for Josh Hernandez. He'll probably score 2 runs. Dean with good speed over at second base. Swung on and missed. Josh Hernandez goes down on strikes. That's a big out right there. 3 straight pitches on the outer part of the plate. There's 2 away now with the bases loaded.
Finally got him to chase.
Now batting the shortstop number 6.
That'll bring up Nelson Padilla. Struck out his first time up. For Padilla, a chance to try to become a very popular guy with this Power crowd. Break this game open just a little bit. Reynolds will be off on contact with 2 away. And then get a good secondary lead. First pitch from Miller, breaking ball. And swinging through that is Padilla. Nasty looking breaking ball right there.
Really good stuff. Finally, again, like I mentioned, he's just been almost all fastballs. Finally went back to his breaking stuff. Be a good idea to mix it up a bit here.
Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt, blocked by Swan. A ball and a strike. Padilla, the 8th man to bat in the inning for the Power. Bootleggers a chance to get out of this inning, though. Limited damage given up. 1-1's chopped foul at home plate, 1-2. Marks, if you're the Bootleggers, you get out of this inning allowing only 2 runs after loading the bases with nobody out. You got to be feeling good about yourself.
You really do. You hate to squander the lead, but you know what this Power offense is capable of. You know how quickly they can run away with a game.
Here's the 1-2. That's way inside 2-2. Well, he tried to go with something a little bit slower. Just didn't quite get that release.
little bit of chin music there. Sticking with that fastball that stays in the high 70s.
Austin Miller set the 2-2. Inside 3-2.
This could be a real inflection point here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, full count.
So now the runners will be off. A base hit to the outfield will easily score 2 runs. Miller still going out of the windup. Here's the 3-2. The runners go. That's upstairs, ball 4. Miller did a great job at getting ahead in the count, just not quite able to put Padilla away. So, first RBI of the season for Nelson Padilla.
And worth noting, there is more activity in that bootlegger bullpen.
Connor Caldwell continues to throw out there for the Bootleggers. That'll bring up Tyler Richardson. The Power have batted around this inning. Richardson being the 9th man to come to the plate for the Power. Power have not recorded a hit this inning, taking advantage of 6 walks issued. Still only 3-1 though. Miller's still out there working. Little high 1-0. Also not getting that higher strike from the home plate umpire. Trying to work out of this jam. Minimal damage. The 1-0. That ball's ripped into left field. Foul. Just foul.
That'd be a sigh of relief if you're the Bootleggers. That was beautifully hit.
And that brought the fans to their feet for just a moment. That ball just kept on hooking off the bat of Richardson. So a ball and a strike. Miller still working out of the windup.
Fastball clocking in at 77 miles per hour. Nothing too overpowering. Location is key.
Spencer Keane started the inning, walked the bases loaded. It's been Miller since. All 3 of these runs so far will be charged to Keane. 2-1 the count. Austin Miller dealing with Tyler Richardson. Still just 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Richardson, though, with a chance to try and break it open. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed 2-2. Might have helped out Miller a little bit as that pitch towards the upper inside part of the strike zone. Nonetheless, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2, 2 outs.
Some taxing, high-stress pitches. The 2-2 for Miller. That's in the dirt, ball 3. Another full count. The runners will be off.
Middle infielders playing very shallow.
Trying to knock everything down. There go the runners. That's popped up, out of play, right side. Richardson doing a good job spraying that ball foul after getting a little bit out in front.
This game started out like just a complete pitcher's duel through and through, but
We were moving like lightning, Marshall.
we were.
It's amazing how fast all these pitches were working. Here's the payoff, the 3-2. Swung on a miss, foul tip hung on by the catcher Swan, and the side is finally retired. But 9 men come to the plate for the Power, in order to put 3 runs on the board. Bootleggers able to work out a bases loaded jam. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. Power lead 3-1. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for the top of the fourth inning. Power able to put 3 runs on the board after 6 walks were issued by Bootleggers pitching. But frankly, Marshall, if you're the Bootleggers, that could have been a whole lot worse than 3 runs. Still very much in this ball game.
It really could have been. You know what the Power can do. You know they can prolong an inning. Only all those runs were gifted, but it's still very much within reach. As Shaw.
First pitch delivered outside. Mason Schwalbach at the plate for the Bootleggers. Schwalbach, Priest, and Munoz, the scheduled hitters. Mason Schwalbach was hit by a pitch his first time up. Stole a base in the first inning, part of that double steal, left over at third. Evan Shaw back out for the fourth, falls behind 2-0. He was sitting for a long time too, Marshall.
He
Wonder
was.
how much of an effect that could possibly have.
Cool him off a bit.
Schwalbach, incoming freshman to McHenry County College. See, tips that one foul at home plate, 2-1.
2-1.
Just one hit between the two teams so far.
Yeah, it's every single run in this game has been gifted on a walk or a wild pitch. Fastball, I should say.
That 2-1's outside, 3-1. So first batter at the top of the fourth inning, Evan Shaw falls behind 3-1 in the count, dealing with the lefty Schwalbach.
His fastball still lively in terms of velocity. That one topping out at 85 miles per hour.
That's grounded out to the second baseman, Perez, over the first, 1 out. After falling behind 3-1 in the count, Evan Shaw able to get the first out of the inning on the ground ball to Christopher Perez. That brings up Tyler Priest. Flew out to Torrey Sweet in center field his first time up. His first pitch swinging is Priest into the glove of Richardson. Bootleggers trying to get something going in their half of the fourth inning. After they allowed 3 runs to the Power for them to take a 3-1 lead. Good fastball in the inside corner, 0-2. Marshall, you absolutely love seeing a pitcher who's able to work the inside part of the plate. A lot of pitchers aren't able to do it.
Exactly.
That ball's lined. That's going to be fair down the right field line. It's going to go past Emmanuel Dean. Making the turn to second is Tyler Priest. A ball mistake in the outfield. Priest going to third. He'll get in there standing up. We'll see how they score. The leadoff extra base hit by Tyler Priest. He smoked it down the line, and the Bootleggers are in business.
And always worth noting, those territories out near the foul line, very spacious. So if you make a mistake out there, you can always gift an extra base or two. Look, if they were up to me, I'm guessing that'd be a double and an error.
Now bring Carlos Munoz to the plate. Chance to try and cut the deficit in half. With Priest over at third base with just 1 out. Munoz struck out his first time up in the second inning. And that ball was smoked on the line by Tyler Priest. Emmanuel Dean was playing pretty shallow, Marshall. So that ball just scooted right on by him along the grass.
It did. And Priest is absolutely on his horse. So it'll be a hit and an error.
First pitch from Shaw, outside ball 1. Still waiting on the official scoring. Infield playing back. Power will concede a run, especially being that they are up 2. Swung on and missed by Munoz, 1-1 the count. So that play officially scored a double for Tyler Priest. He goes to third on an error in right field by Emmanuel Dean. 1-1 on the outside corner, strike 2. Another good fastball down and away from Evan Shaw. For Evan Shaw, now would be a great time for a strikeout.
Would.
The 1-2. In the dirt, corralled by Tyler Richardson. Really nice play on the breaking ball in the dirt to keep Priest over at third. Waiting on deck is Mike Macias. Daniel Dean still playing relatively shallow in right field. Here's the 2-2. Outside 3-2. Munoz able to work it back to a 3-2 count after falling behind the ball 2 strikes.
Good takes from the Bootleggers this inning. Shaw still got the speed. That one was 86 miles per hour.
Here's the 3-2. That pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Bootleggers are enraged over that pitch along the outside part of the plate. But nonetheless, second out of the inning, big strikeout for Evan Shaw.
Michael Macias with his first trip to the plate today.
5th strikeout of the game by Evan Shaw. Macias flew out to right field his first time up. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. Trying to pick up his teammate Munoz if they're going down looking, with Priest over at third base.
So as a reminder, Shaw's season high strikeouts was 10 against the Halos. He's halfway to that mark tonight.
The 0-1. Hit foul again, 0-2 the count.
That 85 mile per hour fastball continuing to be his bread and butter. Not too much of a difference from his breaking stuff, unlike what we've seen with the bootlegger pitchers. His last breaking pitch from Shaw, slider at 78, so he's got good velocity on everything he throws.
Evan Shaw long looking, now he's set for the 0-2. Down low, 1-2. Mike Macias trying to stay alive to extend this inning. After giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, trying to get at least one of those back in the 4th. At 1-2 is back to Shaw. Takes his time, tosses over the first base, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. Tyler Priest left over at third base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Power still lead 3-1. Getting set for the bottom of the 4th inning, 9-1-2 due up for the Power. Christopher Perez, Torrey Sweet, and Isaiah Alvarez. Power looking to try and add on after taking a 3-1 lead in the previous inning in the 3rd. We have a new pitcher for the Bootleggers. Connor Caldwell out on the mound, standing at 6 feet tall, 205 pounds, incoming freshman to College of the Siskiyous. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I like to think I'm good at pronouncing things, except when I'm not.
Still a 3-1 game. Power had a huge chance to blow it open. Were gifted 3 runs by the Bootlegger bullpen. Let's see what damage, if any, they can do now.
So far, just 3 combined hits. 2 for the Bootleggers, 1 for the Power.
An error apiece.
First pitch swinging is Perez. That's out to shallow right field. Pagan over towards the bullpen, and that'll fall foul. Long run for Kai Pagan. Nathan Beckley out there to try to get it to the second baseman, just a little too far away. Just in case Connor Caldwell needs any help, Caleb Largispada warming up in the bullpen. That's another tough name right there. Here's the 0-1. Way upstairs, 1-1. It's one of my favorite parts of the night, Marshall. The sun hasn't completely set yet. It's very close, but it's just bright enough you can still see the outline of those canyons out past the outfield wall.
That's my favorite view, too, at this time of day. No better place to see it than our booth here.
Truly the best seat in the house. That ball's ripped down in the left field. That's going to drop in front of Yasui for a base hit. Ringing single from Christopher Perez, and he's on to lead off the inning for the Power. Ball absolutely ripped off the bat.
Strangely, just the second hit of the night for the Power, as we mentioned. It's a lot of walks and a lot of errors. A lot of mistakes. That facilitated most of the base runners.
That last base hit coming off the bat, 84 miles per hour from Christopher Perez. He did smoke it. So far, Connor Caldwell sitting in the high 70s with his fastball, ranging from 77 to 79 miles per hour. So that first pitch is down and in to Torrey Sweet. Reached on an error his first time up, walked, stole a base, and scored his last at bat in the third. Perez over first base. That ball's hit well out to left field. Yasui started in. Now he goes back, and he makes a nice running catch. Just a few feet in front of the warning track. Yasui's been busy out there in left field. Made a diving catch in the first inning, and then makes a really nice running grab over his shoulder here in the fourth. One out. How about that play, Marshall?
That was a great play. I thought that was gone.
Number 5 to left field, Isaiah Alvarez.
Felt like it had a chance. Maybe Torrey Sweet might have gotten that ball down towards the hands a little bit as that came up the bat. 88 miles per hour from Torrey Sweet. He did smoke it. That brings up Isaiah Alvarez. Walked and scored his last plate appearance. Flew out to right in the first inning. That ball blocked nicely by Tyler Swan on the breaking ball in the dirt. A curveball coming in 65 miles per hour, so just about 12, 13 mile per hour difference, fastball to curveball. Munoz holding the runner over at first base. Bootleggers infield set to turn two. The middle infielder's pinched. The 1-0, way inside. And that got a piece of Alvarez, so he'll take his free base. That'll move Christopher Perez over to second, first and second, one out for the Power. Marshall, I give him credit trying to go inside. That one just got a little bit away from Caldwell.
It did.
Now batting the first baseman, number 45, Connor Olson.
That brings up Connor Olson. Flew out to left his first time up. Flew out to left again in the third inning, but that one went for a sacrifice fly to plate the first run of the game. Kei Yasui in left field came close to an outfield assist on that play. Add on to his stellar day in the field so far. That first pitch is foul out towards the parking lot. So far, the only horn we heard is the makeshift one that our tremendous music and marketing people put into play. So I think the cars are safe.
I think they
for
are.
now.
Yeah. A little bit of a walk out to the parking lot there, so your windshields should be pretty safe, ladies and gentlemen.
That gets pet away. Both runners will advance. Alvarez to second, Perez over the third. That'll probably go down as a wild pitch. No, it goes down as a pass ball, excuse me. How dare I speak for the analytics crew? Taught me a lesson right there. So that changes the complexion of this inning. Instead of a double play possibility, puts runners on second and third with one out. So that 1-1's taken a little low, 2-1. Looks like the Bootleggers infield playing about halfway. Corner infielders maybe a step or two behind the bags. And a few steps in from the grass is Nathan Beckley and Mike Macias, the shortstop. The 2-1 to Olsen. Breaking ball, that got a piece of him too. So back-to-back hit batters will load the bases with one out.
Another bases-loaded predicament for the Bootleggers to have to wiggle their way out of.
First base was open, but with what we saw previous inning with the 7 walks issued, probably not the most comfortable position for the Bootleggers to pitch in.
Not at all. You don't want to keep getting in these jams and gifting these opportunities. As now Emmanuel Dean steps to the plate.
Flew out to center's first time up, walked in the third. The Power sent 9 men to the plate in the third inning. First pitch swinging as Dean fouls it back into the glove of Swan. Good sign from Connor Caldwell, able to get ahead in the count after hitting the previous 2 batters.
That was much needed.
Now at least the Bootleggers have a chance to try and turn 2, with 1 out and the bases loaded.
78-mile-per-hour fastball on that last pitch.
That ball's ripped into left field. That's in for a hit. Perez crosses the plate. Here, Alvarez will be held over at third, so 1 run cross the plate for the Power to make it a 4-1 game.
The Power scored and lead 4-1.
Third hit of the night for the Power overall. First hit of the night for Emmanuel Dean.
And now you're just seeing what you've been seeing for the past week. Threat 1 through 9 throughout the lineup. As the game goes on, they get more comfortable. A 4-1 lead be auguring to be a whole lot more as the bases are loaded again, and there's still just 1 out for Spencer Dickinson.
RBI for Emmanuel Dean. That'll be the 3rd run he's driven in this season. That ball's hit a mile high by Dickinson, fouling out of play. That base hit 92 miles per hour off the bat by Emmanuel Dean. He really did hit that ball hard.
He hit it hard and hit it off of a pretty slow pitch as well. Caldwell, that was a curveball from Caldwell that clocked in at just 68 miles per hour. So Dean was all over that.
Bootleggers trying to turn 2 with Dickinson up. Outside 1-1. Dickinson struck out his first time up, walked into third on a pitch that was very, very close. Really good crowd here tonight too, Marshall.
You're getting a lot of good crowds. We're always glad to see folks come out and support the Power.
Breaking ball a little upstairs. It's gone both ways, but that high strike just hasn't been called tonight.
It hasn't. Caldwell's fastball generally residing around the high 70s. His fastest pitch so far, 80-mile-per-hour fastball.
Here's the 2-well, Caldwell to Dickinson. Swinging and miss a high fastball, 2-2. Boy, a strikeout or a double play would be really nice for the Bootleggers.
We can use that right now. They are set for double play.
So far, both bullpens are quiet, so we'll see Evan Shaw come back out for the 5th. 2-2, low, ball 3. Another full count for the Bootleggers.
Full count, bases loaded. That one, going back to the breaking stuff, 67 mile per hour.
Spencer Dickinson could break this game open with 1 swing of the bat.
From Caldwell, I think I go back to the fastball.
Long look in by Connor Caldwell. Now he's set with his 3-2. Here's the pitch. In the air, foul right side. Going with a fastball in the outer part of the plate, Dickinson able to spoil it. Josh Hernandez waits on deck. Looks like the breeze has just picked up a little bit here. See the flag starting to move. Going from left to right. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball fouled at the plate. Off the catcher, Tyler Swan. So 2 straight foul balls. We'll do it again with the count full.
Crucial pitch here.
See a few youngsters having fun in the bounce house too down the left field line.
I love to see it. Foul ball with a long set.
Here's the 3-2. That ball's rocketed foul down the left field line. Look out. Fortunately, not many people in those second set of bleachers. That was a missile off the bat from Dickinson.
Turning on that 77-mile-per-hour fastball.
Caldwell able to get that pitch inside just enough for Dickinson to hook it foul. For the 4th straight time, here's the 3-2. Breaking ball in the air to left field. Down the line, Yasumi over in foul territory. And tagging is Alvarez. Here's the throw home. Oh, it's cut off. And out going to third is Connor Olson. That'll retire the side. Crossing the plate is Alvarez, put the score 5-1. Man, that would have been bang, bang at the plate. But it is what it is. Score moves to 5-1. Couple hits in the inning and 2 runs scored for the Power. They lead 5-1. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Evan Shaw getting back to work. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for the 5th inning. My goodness, Marshall, that was an potentially really exciting play that ended the bottom of the 4th.
It was. That one lofted out to left for the first, a quick first out.
And just in case anyone wasn't sure, the second run last inning will count as Isaiah Alvarez did cross the plate before the tag out came over at third base. So that'll bring Tyler Swan up to the plate. The 9th man in the order flew out to right his first time up. Swan out in the inning after Nathan Beckley flew out to left.
Now batting the catcher number 17, Tyler Swan.
1-0. Infield playing pretty shallow.
Was chopped foul towards third base. I tell you, Keiji Sue, the left fielder, Marshall. really, really busy.
He really has been.
Some really strong defense from him.
And that, had it not been for an unnecessary cutoff, that augured to be an inning double play. Would have prevented a run from scoring.
Might have been bang bang.
But instead,
It's hard to say from up here. For all we know, the catcher maybe said cut it off. Usually if you're the infielder, you rely on the catcher behind you. If you hear nothing, you let the ball go through. If you hear cut, then that's how you know to cut it off. Also be one of those things where I just haven't played with these guys all that long. Summer collegiate league.
exactly.
Nonetheless, our score sits at 5-1 Power. 3 runs in the third, 2 runs put up in the fourth. 2-2 count. And going around on the pitch is Swan. And finishing off the strike over the first is Tyler Richardson. So 2 quick outs. Down on strikes goes Tyler Swan. Evan Shaw's 6th strikeout of the game. Now back to the top of the order we go. William Fleece, ready for his third at bat. Struck out his first time up. Grounded out to the pitcher in the third. Shaw delivers ball 1 outside. Marshall, Evan Shaw's been really good tonight.
Really, really has been.
He's allowed just the one in the first inning after putting a couple guys on with a walk and a hit batter, and Bootleggers take advantage of a pass ball and a wild pitch.
And ever since then, he has just been absolutely locked in. As always, that fastball just all over the zone. Getting up into the mid-80s. That one gets away.
That pitch way inside, 2-1 the count. Power bullpen still quiet. No action whatsoever. So this will be Evan Shaw's game, you would think, for the foreseeable future. With 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning.
Indeed.
That's chopped foul at home plate, 2-2 the count.
If he completes this inning, it'll match his season high of 5, which of course he amassed in that start against the Halos when he had 10 strikeouts.
Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Once again, the Bootleggers not happy with the call. Nonetheless, it'll be the 7th strikeout of the game for Evan Shaw. He sets the Bootleggers down in order. He's gone through 5 innings of 1-run baseball, just 2 hits allowed. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Power lead 5-1. Bottom of the 5th inning, ladies and gentlemen, the Power lead 5-1. They'll send Josh Hernandez, Nelson Padilla, and Tyler Richardson to the plate to start things off. And we have a new pitcher, Caleb Largispada on the mound in relief for Connor Caldwell.
Also looks like Ramon Macias will be taking over at catcher.
First pitch from Largispada, a breaking ball way upstairs, ball 1. Josh Hernandez singled his first time up, struck out in the 3rd, so he's 1 for 2 today. Power Up scored 5 unanswered runs in the previous 2 innings. There's a fastball down and in, 2-0. That curveball came in 59 miles per hour. That last fastball clocked in at 76 for Largispada.
Oh, it was almost as slow as an Ephus pitch.
Here's the 2-0. Trying another breaking ball outside 3-0.
Just seeing these bootlegger relievers labor so much through each at-bat.
Meeting on the mound between Macias, the catcher, and Largispada.
You go back to Oscar Mendez, who was the first pitcher of the game for the Bootleggers. He mixed his stuff up so well. He had the power, befuddled.
He was working really fast. The game was going like lightning at that point, especially the way Evan Shaw's been tonight.
Yes.
And credit to Evan Shaw, too. Several of these innings, a lot of rest time as Hernandez takes strike 1. But he's still come out each inning after that, recorded a couple shutdown innings. He's been sharp.
Yes.
3-1 to count to Hernandez. Way inside, ball 4. So that puts a leadoff man on for the Power. The bottom of the 5th inning.
A lot of walks tonight from bootlegger pitching. And now Nelson.
7th walk issued in the game for the Bootleggers to go along with a couple of hit batters. That'll be Nelson Padilla digging in for his 3rd play appearance. Struck out in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd. Walked in a run in the 3rd inning. Now see Largispada out of the stretch. Slide step. Looks like he tried an off-speed pitch upstairs. Power haven't had a whole lot of great swings, just 3 hits on the night, but that many walks just makes it tough.
It really does.
Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0. Really good credit to the defense, too. Just 1 error so far tonight. That was on the first play of the game. We've seen some really excellent defense from the Bootleggers on the balls that have been put in play.
We really have some great defense. This game could be a much bigger deficit.
That's down to the way to it. Snap throw to first. Getting back just in time is Hernandez. Quick throw from Ramon Macias. Good idea on his part. You like the aggression there, Marshall?
I really do. Yeah, Largispada just no location so far. Not too much of a deficit between his fastball and curveball velocity.
There goes Hernandez, and that's taken down low, ball 4. Macias couldn't find it for a moment. So 2 walks to start the inning. It puts men on 1st and 2nd. It's amazing to say this. Bootlegger's not out of this by any means. We'll have another meeting on the mound.
They really aren't. Still plenty of time. May just be a matter of getting Evan Shaw out of the game. There is an activity once again in that Bootlegger bullpen.
Javon Canada, the righty, warming up in the Bootlegger bullpen. This meeting, as well as trying to settle the pitcher down, could also be to try and stall and give Canada some time to warm up.
Congratulations to the Grand Prix Dirtiest Car winner. If you have the license plate 898RPS665.
Looks like the dirtiest car winner is now being announced, Marshall. It's a beautiful thing to get a free car wash.
It is, but I have to have a good deal of neglect to earn that in the first place.
Now I tell you, Marshall, growing up on the East Coast, especially right on the beach, especially during the winter time, a lot of salt in the air.
Oh,
And
yeah.
over time, that can start to wear just a little bit on the surface of the car.
I can imagine.
Especially coming from Jersey, that they often try to treat the snow. They often use salt on the roads, and that's just brutal to try and drive through. I appreciate having smooth roads that aren't slippery to drive on, but it makes it tougher to take care of the car.
I can only imagine. Oh, as a lifelong West Coast resident myself, that one's
Doesn't snow out here, does it?
not here. I actually growing up primarily in Northern California. I actually got to experience a lot of snow growing up in the small town of Truckee.
Oh, you do get snow there.
Yes, we do.
Not bad.
That's pretty close to Lake Tahoe, so
Get a nice little lake effect.
we do.
A ball on the strike to count to Tyler Richardson. He struck out twice so far tonight. That was line foul down the right field line. Good sign. Definitely a good sign so far from Larga Spada, getting ahead of ball 2 strikes after walking the first 2 men. Bootleggers will try and turn 2. Long looking from Larga Spada. Now he comes set. He'll deal the 1-2. That's in the dirt, 2-2. A lot of times that put-away pitch, it's just been a little tough tonight for some of these bootlegger pitchers. A lot of them do a really good job getting ahead in the count.
They're really good at that. Larga Spada, pretty slow fastball. His fastball's just been in the low to mid 70s so far. Location of the essence here, still looking for that first out.
2-2 the count, he comes set. That's outside 3-2. Five combined hits for both teams, 3 hits recorded by the Power, 2 from the Bootleggers. Bootleggers put up a run in the first inning, take advantage of a walk and a hit batter by Evan Shaw, a double steal, a pass ball. Power put up 5 unanswered runs the previous 2 innings, taking advantage of combined now 9 walks. That ball on the outside corner for a called strike 3, though.
Richardson assuredly flipping his bat there like he had the walk, but Larga Spada, a huge strikeout.
Bootleggers can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief as Caleb Larga Spada able to get his first man out of the inning. That brings up the 9th man in the order, Christopher Perez. Walked in and scored in the 3rd inning, hit a rocket base hit. His last one up in the 4th, ended up scoring a run. First pitch swing, that's on the ground, shortstop. Mike Macias goes to 3rd for the first out. Interesting play there. Is able to get the lead runner, and that's 2 outs in the inning.
I mean, he definitely would have had the double play there. That's kind of a head scratcher.
Well, Christopher Perez does run well. I can never completely assume a double play. That is 6-5 on the putout. Josh Hernandez out over 3rd for the 2nd out. Nelson Padilla goes to 2nd, and Christopher Perez reaches on the fielder's choice. So 2 outs. That brings up Torrey Sweet. 0 for 2 tonight. Reached on error in the 1st. Walked in the 3rd. Flew out to left his previous at bat. Another good sign from Caleb Larga Spada. Once again, working ahead in the count. Able to get strike 1. Oh, and 2 the count.
Huge for Larga Spada to get out of this. Power nibbled away, plating 3 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Keep him off the board here, be huge to keep the game within reach.
That 0-2 is breaking ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Ramon Macias. Not a bad waste pitch by any means. Moves the count to a ball, 2 strikes. I could set him up nicely to try and go the fastball on the inside pie plate or even up in the strike zone. The 1-2. That's exactly what he does. High fastball swung on and missed by Torrey Sweet. After walking a couple batters, Caleb Larga Spada able to strand both of them at 1st and 2nd. So no runs, no hits, 2 men left on. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Evan Shaw gets back to work with a 5-1 lead. Getting set for the top of the 6th inning, Evan Shaw back out, beginning his 6th inning of work after just 1 run allowed and a couple hits through 5. And we have a pinch hitter, Joey Little, coming on to hit for Cade Yasui. So that's the end of the night for Cade Yasui. He was excellent. Stolen base to his credit and some excellent plays out in the field. Evan Shaw falls behind 2-0 in the count. That fastball's in there for strike 1. Evan Shaw's staying consistent as far as his velocity is concerned. Still hovering around the mid-80s with his fastball. Change up around 79, 80 miles per hour. Swing and a miss there. He's back in the count 2-2. On the fastball in the inner part of the plate. I mean, can't say enough. He's been steady as she goes since that 1st inning.
It really has been. It's the Evan Shaw that we expect on just about any night at this point.
That 2-2's upstairs, ball 3. And Marshall, if you're the Bootleggers, you trail by 4, not out of it by any means. But it is the 6th inning, and the bullpen doesn't get any easier from the Palm Springs power.
It doesn't, and you're still not too close to getting Evan Shaw out of this game.
Tries a breaking ball. Good looking at bat from Joey Little. Able to lay it off for ball 4. So that walk puts the leadoff man on. That'll bring up Max Merman. He'll hit in the 3rd spot for Kai Pagan.
Now batting number 19, Max Merman.
So Evan Shaw will try and work around the leadoff walk. Just his 2nd walk issue. He also hit a batter in the 1st inning. He's kept his base runners to a minimum. First pitch swinging is Merman. He smokes that one foul towards the Bootlegger dugout. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Shaw dealing to Merlin. Nope, we'll have to wait for that. Check on the runner. Looks like Olsen tried to deke Joey Little over at first base, trying to pretend the ball got away. Joey Little not falling for it that time. Max Merlin, out of the College of the Redwoods. Incoming freshman. That ball swinging bunt. Up third base line, Shaw up with it. Nice play over the first, Evan Shaw. What an athletic-looking play. My, oh my. Web gem alert. Joey Little goes to 2nd on the play. There's 1 out. How about that play, Marshall?
That was incredible.
Now batting number
Beautiful
14,
field.
Johnny Young.
Now he had the advantage of falling off, being the lefty and falling off towards the third base side. Boy, did he spring off that mound quickly. You don't only see big leaguers getting off the mound that fast.
You really don't.
It's like Joey Mazzetti out getting loose in the bullpen. That first pitch is swung on and missed. Another pinch hitter, Johnny Young, now batting in the fourth spot. He'll hit for Mason Schwalbeck. Sprays that one foul out of play, right side. He falls behind 0-2. One out, runner on second. Johnny Young at the plate, the pinch hitter. At 0-2's way inside, almost hit him 1-2. Johnny Young, local guy. Incoming freshman at College of the Desert, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing 200 pounds in the right-handed batter's box. Shaw set, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. That's the second out of the inning. 8th strikeout of the game for Shaw.
Now batting number 7, Stephen Goldsberry.
So that'll bring Stephen Goldsberry to the plate. He'll hit in the 5th spot for Tyler Priest. Trying to record a 2-out RBI. Cut into this 4-run deficit, just trying to chip away. Joey Little inches off, first pitch. Little outside, ball 1.
Just a bit outside. Decent framing job there. And Shaw only now throwing his 70th pitch. He's been incredibly efficient since that first inning. Ooh. Tied him up there. He spun around and collapsed.
0-2 the count. Stephen Goldsberry out of the Benedictine University at Mesa. Tell you what, March, Arizona's a beautiful state.
It really is.
Doesn't matter where you are, it just looks amazing.
It is, especially that Grand Canyon.
The 0-2, that's chopped out, second base. That's going to get away from Christopher Perez out to right field. Rounding third and scoring is Joey Little. So not the way you might expect, but ultimately the Bootleggers do cut into the deficit. Joey Little scores from second base. That'll be an error all the way, but the Bootleggers will take it.
Whatever it takes. We now only trail by 3.
So no RBI for Stephen Goldsberry. That being the error all the way. Second error of the game for the Power. That first pitch upstairs to another pinch hitter, Ty Farewell. He'll bat in the 6th spot for Carlos Munoz.
That's 2-0.
Ty Farewell, well-traveled guy, Vancouver Island University.
Wow.
West Coast guy, just different country. Check on the runner. Farrell will have to wait a moment longer for his 2-0 from Evan Shaw.
It's quite a long way to come out here to Palm Springs.
Hey, all sorts of people coming from long ways to get out here. Some people from the south, some East Coasters. That ball fisted foul, 2-1.
PSCL, we got a couple people from the Israeli national team.
That's true. Absolutely right. That being our morning league. Catch that on the Palm Springs Collegiate League YouTube page. 2 on the count, Shaw to Farewell. Outside, 3-1. What are you looking for here if you're Ty Farewell?
If I'm Ty Farewell, I think I'm looking for a fastball up and in.
Farewell standing relatively close to the plate, the 3-1. He gets that fastball, it's a sharp lever right at the first baseman, Connor Olson. Ty Farewell had a good swing at that, but to no avail. Bootleggers able to score a run, taking advantage of an error out in the field. They cut into deficit. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Power still lead 5-2. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up for the Powers. They lead 5-2 after giving up an unearned run to the Bootleggers in their half of the 6th. Alvarez, Olsen, and Dean do up for the Power. 2, 3, and 4. They'll get to work against another new pitcher, Javon Canada, standing at 5 feet 11 inches, playing 175 pounds, right-handed pitcher. He'll deal with Alvarez. First pitch, slow breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. Looks like the flags have calmed down here in Palm Springs Stadium. Another breaking ball, that one in there, strike 1. First breaking ball came in 59 miles an hour. That last one came in at 60. Curious to see what his fastball looks like.
Lofted way outside for 2-1. Very slow pitches so far. Curveballs sitting around 59 to 61 miles per hour.
Bootleggers have used a lot of pitchers tonight. Here's the 2-1 to Alvarez. That's a little high, 3-1. That high strike just has not been available.
It has not.
As Joey Mazzetti continues to throw in the bullpen for the power. So you wonder if that'll be the end of the night for Evan Shaw. There's only one way to find out, of course.
And if,
Down low, ball 4.
and if so, it'll have been another spectacular night for Evan Shaw. Only 2 runs allowed. He'll pitch the new, and that's he'll pitch a new season high, 6 innings.
Now batting number 49, the first
Definitely been
baseman,
excellent
Connor
tonight. Very
Olson.
efficient, too.
Very much so.
That'll bring up Connor Olson. 0 for 1 so far. Sacrifice fly in the 3rd. He was hit by a pitch his last time up in the 4th. And there goes Alvarez. Throws second. Not going to be in time. Strong throw there from Ramon Macias. Just a little bit over to the 3rd base side of the bag. Alvarez got a tremendous jump. Second stolen base of the night for Alvarez. His 6th stolen base of the season. He's only been caught once. He was an excellent base stealer, too, for Point Loma. That's outside, 2-0 the count.
Alvarez with a huge lead to elicit the pitch out.
Canada gives him one look back. That ball's in the air, center field. And coming in to make the catch. Nice play right there by William Fleece. So that's 1 out. Olsen flies out for the 2nd time of the game, and I'll bring up Emmanuel Dean.
26, Emmanuel Dean.
Dean singled home a run his last time up, also walked in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. So bad with Alvarez over at second base. Power trying to get that run back. They surrendered to the Bootleggers. There goes Alvarez again. Throw to 3rd. Not going to be in time. That throw offline.
Let me take a selfie.
Now it's like Ty Farewell is going to be playing right about at the grass, a couple steps in front of the bag. Goldsberry also a step even with the bag, it looks like. The 0-1. Wow, just missed. A ball and a strike. You have a couple bases open if you're the Bootleggers.
Are looking for a play at the plate here.
That's high 2-1.
That leadoff walk proved costly, especially to put someone like Alvarez on. Alvarez coming into this game had 4 stolen bases. He's
Hey, he's been busy tonight. He's almost doubled that output. 3 stolen bases now in the night for Alvarez. The 2-1. That ball's ripped past the diving Michael Macias into center field for a base hit. Alvarez crosses the plate. He was excellent manufacturing that run all by himself. RBI single for Emmanuel Dean, his 2nd straight hit.
The Power score and lead 6-2.
That's the 4th RBI of the season for Emmanuel Dean, and the Power are able to get that run back. They now lead 6-2.
Just sitting. Canada has been almost just about all curveballs so far, or he has been all curveballs, and they are pretty flat. Generally sitting around 60 to 61 miles per hour. Power.
Swinging a miss by Dickinson, 0-1 the count. Dickinson struck out in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, hit a sacrifice fly in the 4th. Dickinson takes strike 2, 0-2 the count. Good job right here by Javon Canada, working ahead 0-2 to Dickinson. Dickinson rips that one, caught by Goldsberry, throw to 1st, it's over the head of Farewell. Going to 2nd on the play is Emmanuel Dean, he'll get in there sliding. Excellent play on the line drive by Stephen Goldsberry, and really nice aggression too, trying to double off Dean at first. It would have been bang bang, the throw's just too high.
Nonetheless, 2 outs.
Now batting number 1, the designated hitter, Josh Hernandez.
Still waiting on specifically who that error will be charged to.
That error will go down on the third baseman, Stephen Goldsberry. No chance for Farewell, the first baseman. Second error of the night for the Bootleggers. Even one error apiece, Bootleggers in power. Hernandez takes strike one on the outside corner. Josh Hernandez, 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in the second, walked in the fifth. 0-2 the count. That ball sprayed foul by the Bootlegger dugout. Mazzetti still throwing in the power bullpen. I'm probably going to assume that Evan Shaw's night is over. He's down in the bullpen talking to the pitching coach. That's it, foul by Hernandez.
Yeah, a lot of activity over there in the power bullpen. And Shaw has definitely earned that rest. Another brilliant start. His 2022 season continuing to absolutely dazzle. 0-2. Canada almost balked there. I'll check the runner. Dean at second.
That's the end of the night for Evan Shaw. He's gone 6 innings, 2 runs allowed, 1 of them being under. That ball's ripped foul. So just 1 earned run allowed by Evan Shaw, 8 strikeouts. Just a couple walks and a hit batter to his credit. And once again, he was masterful tonight. 3 straight high-quality starts from the power, too. Hernandez hits that ball to center field, right at William Fleece. He'll put it away to retire the side. Power able to record a run thanks to some excellent base running by Isaiah Alvarez. 2 stolen bases, Power able to manufacture a run. They now lead 6-2. Seven, 8, and 9 due up for the Bootleggers as we begin the top of the 7th inning. And just as predicted, new pitcher for the Power, Joey Mazzetti. He'll pitch his 4th game of the season. He's gone 8 innings so far, 2.25 earned run average, only 1 walk issued, and 13 strikeouts. Seems like a pretty tough guy to bring out of the bullpen for these Bootleggers.
Absolutely. Mazzetti just an all-around star.
Whoa, look out.
I think Macias gets a swift dose of chin music right
What a
there.
surprise right there. A missile up and in. Mike Macias struck out in the 2nd, grounded out to Evan Shaw in the 4th inning. That fastball came in 92 miles per hour. Geez, way inside again. And that got a piece of Macias.
Mazzetti looks pretty wired to start here. Understandably excited, but
Looked like that ball might have gotten Macias in the hand.
ooh,
Yeah,
Trainers are
he's
out.
looking at it. Athletic trainers out. Take a look at it. Gallimon throwing in too. You hope it's not too much. No way for us to predict it, obviously. Nonetheless, that puts a leadoff man on base for the Bootleggers. I tell you, if you're standing in the on-deck circle, Marshall, that's just... You're not exactly feeling comfortable seeing the guy in front of you get plunked like that.
Definitely not.
Car winner. You have a silver Nissan Altima with the license plate
Those are...
8R.
Those pitches are no joke. That one came in at 90 miles per hour.
My high school days, faced a handful of guys throwing in the mid to high 80s, even touching low 90s. And I had a guy, my sophomore year even, I had a guy in Florida, big 6'4" righty, throwing 87 miles per hour. Now, playing JV as a sophomore, I hadn't seen a pitcher like that before. And he plunks my teammate right in the hand, and I immediately come up, first pitch to me, he's up and in. Almost got me as I danced out of the way. But I'm proud. I had a 10-pitch at bat, I got a hit against him.
Now batting number 1 second baseman.
Like you were fortunate to get that hit and just not be hit.
So at least for now, Mike Macias will stay in the game as the runner over at first base. And that brings up Nathan Beckley, second baseman, 8th man in the batting order. Singled in the second, flew out in the 5th. He's 1 for 2.
Mazzetti is just wild so far.
That pitch delivered down low.
All heat, no
Last two
location.
fastballs, 89 and 88 miles an hour.
Started this inning at 92 miles per hour.
That last pitch up and in to Beckley. That fastball chopped foul, right side. Jose's bringing it tonight. Seeing about 88, 92 miles per hour on the fastball. It's all fastball so far, too. He features a pretty good slider.
Really good slider.
Now Mazzetti set 2-2 the count. He deals. Just low, ball 3. Boy, that pitch just missed.
Just barely. 91 miles per hour. Mazzetti's stuff is live.
Even a lot of Division I pitchers can't hit 90 miles an hour. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 4.
So the Bootleggers have something going. They only trail by 4. Again, as a reminder, this deficit could be a lot more lopsided.
Tying run now stands in the on-deck circle.
Now batting number 8, Ramon Macias.
That'll bring up Ramon Macias. He came on to catch earlier in the ballgame. This will be his first at-bat. That pitch gets away from Richardson. Both runners will advance. Mazzetti not the sharpest command by any means coming out of the bullpen. Just like that, without even needing to put the ball in play, it's second and third with nobody out for the Bootleggers.
So 1-0. That was a 77 mile per hour curveball, the first breaking ball of the inning by Evan Shaw.
That pitch swung on and missed, a ball and a strike. Macias standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, 170 pounds. Power, of course, will play back. They'll gladly concede a run on a ground ball out. They'll concede 2, frankly, being up 4 runs. So that ball sprayed foul left side towards the parking lot. Look out, cars. Frankly, now if you're Ramon Macias, you got to put the ball in play any way you can.
You really do. They don't, as a reminder, the Bootleggers only have 2 hits so far in this game.
Hit foul off the hands. Good job by Macias to stay alive. Good fastball right there from Mazzetti on the inside part of the plate.
He keeps hitting 91.
A couple guys warming up in the Bootlegger bullpen a moment ago. They both sat down.
Mazzetti with 13 strikeouts coming into this game on the season. Looking for his first of the night right here.
William Fleece waits in the on-deck circle. Boy, how huge would a single be right here, Marshall? Possibly play 2. This game will look a whole lot different then.
He won't get
That
it
pitch
on.
swung on and missed. Foul tip hung on by Tyler Richardson. Ramon Macias goes down on strikes. There's 1 out. After hitting the first batter, walking the second guy, Mazzetti able to come back and get a strikeout.
He's looking a little more dialed in.
Batting number 6, William Fleece.
So that brings up William Fleece. He struck out a couple times. Also grounded out in the third. So that's low, ball 1. I mean, what are you looking for here if you're William Fleece? We've seen a good fastball and that good breaking ball from Mazzetti. On the ground, second base. Perez up with it. He'll toss over the first. A run does cross the plate, though, for the Bootleggers. It's now 6-3. Scoring on the play is Mike Macias. So an RBI on the ground out from William Fleece cuts into the deficit. There's now 2 outs. Going to third is Nathan Beckley.
23, Joey Little.
That brings Joey Little to the plate. 2 outs now in the top of the 7th inning. Only 7 outs to work with for the Bootleggers. Takes a good breaking ball in there, strike 1. Base hit makes it a 2-run game. Joey Little on. That pitch gets past Richardson. And here comes Beckley. It's a 2-run game. It's a risk going to that breaking ball with a man on third base. That time in the dirt, and that hard breaking ball like that, Richardson just not able to corral it.
Just like the first inning for Evan Shaw. But the first run of this whole game came via a pass ball.
That'll go down as a wild pitch. So now there's 2 outs, nobody on base for Joey Little. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Now absolutely a save situation for Joey Mazzetti, trying to record a 3-inning save to secure the win for Evan Shaw. We've seen a few 3-inning saves so far from the Power this season.
We have.
1-2, breaking ball outside. Blocked nicely by Richardson.
Well, it takes you back to when you had to pitch 3 innings for a save back in the 70s. Guys like Raleigh Fingers and Mike Marshall had to go 3 innings to get a save.
Quite the encyclopedia, I see, Marshall.
Yeah. Unlike today, you just got to work 1 inning for a save. So 2-2.
Mazzetti comes set, he'll deal. Swung on and missed, foul tip, held on by Tyler Richardson. Second strikeout of the inning for Joey Mazzetti. But the Bootleggers able to put up 2 runs in the inning, aided by a hit batter to start it, a walk to Beckley, a wild pitch and a ground out later. It's just a 2-run game. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Power lead 6-4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning, a 6-4 ball game. By far the most competitive game the Power have had since they've gone on that 5-game winning streak, trying to make it 6 in a row tonight against the Bootleggers.
Indeed. A lot of these recent games have been blowouts with the Bootleggers just refusing to say die, just chipping away at that lead. It's now 6-4. Nelson Padilla leads off.
They'll face a new pitcher, Jay Evans, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, 108 pounds, incoming fresh from the Benedictine University at Mesa. First pitch swing is Padilla. He swings through it, strike 1. Padilla's walked twice, one of those times walking in a run. Also struck out, so he's 0 for 1. This being Padilla's debut for the Power tonight. See if he can get on the board with a hit. He takes down low, ball 1. Strange game to say the least, Marshall. Only 6 combined hits.
Indeed, it's been it's really been. Looks like
Check swing, and yes, he did go around according to the home plate umpire. 1-2. Really good sign by Jay Evans working ahead.
That is a good sign. It's really just been key mistakes, wild pitches and pass balls, walks that have resulted in so many of these runs.
2 errors apiece for both teams. That's inside 2-2.
Evans dialing up to 86.
Now, Marshall, it's really cool to see kids singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" led by Power staff.
It really was. It's one of the great traditions that makes baseball special. There's no other sport where you have a ritual like that. The count runs full now.
71-mile-per-hour curveball right there from Evans. Here's a 3-2. That's a little outside, ball 4, leadoff walk. Third time Nelson Padilla has walked tonight, and he's on to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. And that brings up Tyler Richardson. Struck out 3 times tonight.
Now batting number 8, the catcher, Tyler
Trying to get off the
Richardson.
schneid is Tyler Richardson. Wonder if we'll see a bunt. Runner on first with nobody out. Try and add some insurance after giving up 2 runs to the Bootleggers.
Better to bunt than get a golden sombrero, 4 strikeouts.
Richardson does not square. He takes the ball upstairs. Padilla has not attempted to steal a base, so not sure what kind of speed he has. Relatively short lead at first. 1-0 is taking outside, ball 2.
So 2-0.
Infield set to try and turn 2. Swung on a miss by Richardson. Big swing and a miss of that 2-0 pitch. Now it's a 2-1 count. Outfield playing medium depth. Outfielders were busy early in the game. They have not had much action the past few innings. 2-2 the count. Snap throw to first, not in time. Action in the bullpen for the Bootleggers. Jack Hagan, the righty, getting warmed up. Oh, it caught
They got
out at first base. Padilla caught him leaning. A quick move, and he's picked off 1 out. Really nice move there by the pitcher, Jay Evans.
He caught him sleeping.
So now 1 out. The count's still 2-2 to Richardson. Now Evans going to go back into the windup. Breaking ball nearly hit Richardson. So now a full count. Can't say enough. That was some really quick feet from the righty Jay Evans.
Really quick. Yeah, that caught me.
The 3-2. Swung on and missed by Richardson. 4th time he's gone down on strikes. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Richardson will don, as they say, the golden sombrero with those 4 strikeouts. Good mixture of pitches so far. Evans starting to really settle in.
The second baseman, number 30, Christopher
Fastball clocking up
Perez.
as high as 85 miles per hour.
That brings up Christopher Perez, the 9-hole hitter. Walked in the 3rd and scored, singled in the 4th, and scored, reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. So he takes ball 1. He'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Power lead 6-4. That's foul down the right field line. Ten combined runs, 6 combined hits, 2 errors apiece on both teams. Interesting looking scoreboard out there in left center.
It sure is.
1-1 nearly hits Perez. He dances out of the way of that breaking ball.
Two and one.
That ball's lined out to right field. Coming on is Pagan. Sliding attempt to play it on the hop.
No, he got it. He
Oh
got
my
it.
goodness. Well, heck of a play out there. Wow.
Well, slide
Another web gem in the outfield. That actually being Max Merman. Excuse me, Max Merman, web gem sliding catch in right field to retire the side in order. Well, strange game, but absolutely flashing some leather. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Power lead 6-4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, top of the 8th inning. Just 6 outs to play with for the Bootleggers. Joey Mazzetti out for his 2nd inning of work, trying to pick up a save and record a win for Evan Shaw, who was masterful through 6 innings. And leading off, who else but Max Merlin after just making a sliding web gem catch over in right field.
I cannot believe he caught that.
That's inside 1-0. I thought that ball hit the ground at first, but Cleo was the only one in the stadium who thought that. 1-0 the count.
89-mile-per-hour fastball from Mazzetti.
That ball's grounded towards the hole. That's going to sneak in the right field for a base hit. 3rd hit of the game for the Bootlegger, and for the 2nd straight inning, they have a leadoff base runner. Those Bootleggers, they won't go away.
They won't. They just keep chipping away bit by bit.
That'll bring up Nicholas Rivas, a pinch hitter, hitting for Johnny Young in the cleanup spot. Ball 1 to him. Strike 1 to Rivas. Nicholas Rivas now representing the tying run here in the top of the 8th inning. Two and 1 the count. Waiting on deck is Stephen Goldsberry. That's in there, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a battle here.
Do. Bootleggers, I think might be wise to take off and run here.
Way outside, corralled by Richardson, 3 and 2. I'd be shocked to see Merlin take off on first base, especially down 2 runs. Mazzetti's pretty quick to the plate, too.
Yes, that is true.
3-2. Merlin does not go. Breaking ball.
Got
And
him.
called out on strikes
A little delay on
is
that
Nicholas
call.
Rivas. Really good breaking ball from Mazzetti, able to get the first out. Third strikeout recorded by Mazzetti, coming out of the bullpen.
A 75-mile-per-hour curveball.
That'll bring up Stephen Goldsberry. Reached on an error in the 6th inning and not allowed a run to score. One of 2 runs to score for the Bootleggers in the top of the 7th. As they trail by 2 in the top of the 8th. Power 5 outs to go. That ball's up the middle. Over's Padilla. Flips to second. No, he's off the bag. Nicholas Padilla made a tremendous attempt going up the middle to glove that ball on the forehand side. Tried a backhanded flip to Christopher Perez. Just a little bit too wide. Hustling all the way was Max Merlin. He's safe at second.
That was very commendable effort, but tough to field that one.
Now things really get dicey for the Power. That'll be the 4th hit of the game for the Bootleggers on the infield hit. Taking the ball outside is Ty Farewell. Farewell hit it sharply his last time up, grounded out to first base, came on a bit later in the game off the bench. Tying runs over at first base with 1 out in the 8th inning. Strike 1, Marshall. We've got a classic.
We really do. The go-ahead run now at the plate. The Bootleggers just chipping away.
Power playing pretty medium depth in the outfield. A ball in the gap could tie the game. Pitch from Mazzetti. Way outside. That gets away from Richardson. Both runners will advance. Excellent base running from Max Merlin. He got a great secondary lead. Didn't get that far away from Richardson, but he was able to advance relatively easily to third. Following nicely on the play is Goldsberry going to second. Some good base running right there, and now the Power are in a real dicey spot. Tying runs at second base with 1 out. 2-1, inside 3 and 1.
Runners keeping up the pressure on Mazzetti's. Location's a bit off in this inning.
So what do you look for Ty Farewell? It's a 3-1 count, second and third, 1 out.
I am definitely looking for something. Looks like they're setting up low and away.
Good swing there.
I'd probably be expecting.
Beg your pardon. Yep, Ty Farewell. Farewell swings through that one. Good swing from him. 3 and 2. Ground ball should score a run. The 3-2. In the air, foul left side, back in the parking lot. C.J. Broussard getting up in a hurry in the bullpen for the Power.
Yeah, they could very well have to get into that pen this inning. Mazzetti's a little shaky in his 2 innings of work. The Bootleggers didn't capitalize on that.
The 3-2 on the ground, shortstop. Perez up with it. Over the first, bit of a high throw. Olsen hangs on. Crossing the plate is Merlin, and going to third, Stephen Goldsberry. So second out of the inning recorded. Now it's just a 1-run game with a tying run at third.
That hit batter to lead off the inning now proving very costly for Mazzetti.
Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Michael Macias.
This could be the game. Michael Macias at the plate. Takes a breaking ball, strike 1. Macias didn't like it, but it's 0-1. Tying run over at third. 4 outs left in the game. Mazzetti and the Power clinging to a 1-run lead. Breaking ball in the dirt. Great block from Richardson. Marshall, we've seen a few wild pitches so far. If you're Goldsberry over on third, you gotta be ready for one.
Gotta be.
Mike Macias was the first man that Mazzetti faced coming out of the bullpen. He was clocked in the hand by a fastball. Breaking ball low. So his second play appearance of the game, and a hit will tie it. Here's the 2-1. Whoa, way inside. Macias barely able to get out of the way of that one. Almost got hit the second time in as many at-bats by Joey Mazzetti.
Mazzetti's very wild.
I don't know how Mike Macias got out of the way of that pitch.
Amazing reaction time.
But it's 3-1. On the outside part of the plate, strike two. Macias does not like it. He has a few words to say. That's a few times now the Bootleggers have not been happy with that outside part of the plate. But this is could be the game right here. 3-2 the count, man on third the pitch. Now down low, ball four. Macias flips the bat at home plate defiantly, and he takes his base on ball four.
And now it comes down to Nathan Beckley with a chance to play hero. Tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first. And we're going to have a man conference.
How about this, Marshall? Only 7 hits combined by both teams. The Bootleggers struck first in the first inning. Power scored 5 runs in a row in the third and the fourth, aided by 7 walks and a hit batter during that stretch. Didn't completely break it open. Four runs in the last 3 innings now for the Bootleggers, and it's a 1-run game.
It is, and this is definitely a grittier test for the Power, who've just blown out the opposition the past 5 games, now having to sweat this one out.
Mazzetti will stay in the game. Broussard continues to warm up.
As a reminder, coming into this game, Mazzetti had just 1 walk and 1 hit batter. It's been an uncharacteristically wild night for him.
Well, the game is at the plate. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Nathan Beckley up, he walked and scored in the 7th. There goes the runner from first. No throw from Richardson, throw to third. Whoa, that almost got away from Dickinson. Athletic play by the third baseman Spencer Dickinson to corral that wide throw from Richardson. That would have been something. Stolen base for Mike Macias, puts runners on second and third.
Put the pressure on Mazzetti, taking advantage of his wildness.
The outfielders, all 3 of them playing relatively shallow. So decent chance to cut down the run at the plate on a base hit. The 0-1. 0-2 the count. Joey Mazzetti is allowed 3 runs since he's entered the game, clinging to a 1-run lead. Here's the 0-2 to Beckley. Breaking ball. Got him looking! Curveball on the outside corner. Joey Mazzetti works out of a jam to maintain the 1-run lead as the Bootleggers lead man on second and third with 2 outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Power clinging to a 1-run lead. ladies and gentlemen, we have a classic for you. So far, the Power have only played a single one-run game this entire season. We have one right now. Bootleggers put up one run in their half of the 8th against Joey Mazzetti. Left runners on 2nd and 3rd. Mazzetti worked out of the jam. So now the Power will bat in the bottom of the 8th inning against a new pitcher, Jack Hagan on the mound, 6'2" righty, 205 pounds, incoming freshman to University of Whitewater. University of Wisconsin Whitewater. Torrey Sweet takes strike 1, a ball and a strike. Sweet 0 for 3 tonight. Reached on an error in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd. It'll be Sweet, Alvarez, and Olsen. 2-1. And Jack Hagan trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit. Give themselves one more chance in the 9th inning. Up high 3-1. Putting guys on has been an issue tonight for the Bootleggers, but Marshall, just a 1-run game. Somehow.
I know, you think that there were so many chances early on where the Power could have blown it out. Bootleggers just hanging in there.
That's in the dirt, ball 4. Felt like you said that a lot tonight. Leadoff walk puts a man on first base. As Isaiah Alvarez will dig in for his 5th plate appearance of the night.
Number 5, Isaiah Alvarez.
He's walked 3 times tonight. He scored 3 runs, stolen 3 bases. 0 for 1 overall. Short lead at first for Sweet. He's inching off. First pitch swinging, hit foul into the Bootlegger dugout. C.J. Broussard continues to throw in the bullpen for the Power. You wonder if it'll be him coming on or if it'll be Mazzetti.
I think it would. I have a feeling it'll be Broussard. Hagan's fastball, topping off around 79 miles per hour so far.
Here's the 0-1. Hit foul again, 0-2. That ball bangs off a few bleachers. So Hagan's able to work ahead, 0-2 in the count. Wonderful to see Sweet take off. He's stolen 2 bases so far tonight. Long set and hold, check on the runner at first. Torrey Sweet stolen 5 bases overall this season. Has not been caught. Could be an interesting time to run with 2 strikes. The 0-2, Sweet does not go, that's upstairs. Looks like Broussard has stopped throwing in the bullpen for the Power. Here's the 1-2 from Hagan. Fisted out towards second base. Pulling it away is Beckley, 1 out. Well, looks like... Oh my, looks like he dropped it on purpose. He did drop it on purpose. Or did he?
Well,
that was interesting. The umpire in the field signaled out. I guess he called the batter out.
huh.
He didn't signal out, though, until the throw came over to second base, so that's the confusing part.
That was confusing because that's supposed to be like a elongated hidden ball trick. I'm a little, well, an out nonetheless.
Pretty good idea there, though, from Nathan Beckley. Especially, it didn't look like Alvarez was running at first. That'll bring up Connor Olsen. But anyway, P4 for those keeping score at home for 1 out.
It's probably the infield fly rule in effect there.
Another check on the runner.
Hagan trying to keep this a 1-run game.
Connor Olsen 0 for 2 tonight. A couple sacrifice flies to his credit. First pitch hit out to left field again. That ball's gonna drop for a fair ball in front of Joey Little. Stopping at second is Torrey Sweet. He had to make sure that ball wasn't caught. So 5th hit of the night for the Power as a team. First hit for Olsen puts men on first and second, 1 out. Chance for the Power to try to add on as they cling to a 1-run lead.
Now batting in the right fielder, number 26, Emmanuel D.
That brings up Emmanuel Dean. 2 for 3 tonight. Third hit will be big for the Power. Big swing and a miss. Driven home 2 runs already tonight. All 3 outfielders playing relatively deep. Merlin playing the shallowest in right field. Base hit could score a run. Long set and hold for Hagen again. A big looking lead at second. That ball's ripped out to right field. It's going to drop in front of Merlin for a base hit. Rounding third is Torrey Sweet. He's going to score. Pulling into second. Third RBI of the night, Emmanuel Dean. He has 3 hits, and he gives the Power a 2-run lead.
Huge knock there from Emmanuel Dean. Looking like he could be a regular this season. He had a great first game.
Good way to become a fan favorite. 3 hits of the night.
3 hits.
Spencer Dickinson.
I believe 3 RBIs as well.
That's correct. Connor Olsen over at third. Dean at second, 1 out. Now the Bootleggers will bring the infield in. Mike Macias playing the deepest of all the infielders at shortstop. The big righty, Spencer Dickinson, up he takes ball 1. Dickinson walked in the third, sacrifice flying the fourth. He's 0 for 2. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Dickinson to start his power season after such a red-hot campaign at College of the Desert. 1-1. Base hit here could put this game away with the top of the ninth coming up. For the drawn-in infield. Dean over at second, Olsen at third. Dickinson up the middle. Glove by Macias over the first. Olsen crosses the plate. Dickinson does a job right there. Second RBI of the night. Now 8-5 in favor of the Power. Interesting move, not playing all the infielders all the way in for the Bootleggers. That ball might have gone through if the infield were in.
It probably would have. You just got to settle for the out. Relatively guaranteed out anyway. Power sprinkling their runs more, but nonetheless, another strong offensive showing. 8 runs.
Timeout is called. We'll have a meeting on the mound. Ramon Macias warming up in the bullpen, and it looks like he's going to come into the game. Yes, he will. Trotting out from the bullpen, Jack Hagan leaves. Runner at third is his responsibility. He's allowed a couple runs so far. When we return, we'll have a pitching change. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, bottom of the 8th inning. Power put up 2 runs this inning to extend their lead 8-5. Now 2 outs in the inning. Josh Hernandez drew up. We have a new pitcher for the Bootleggers, Cipriano Rivera, incoming freshman at College of the Desert, local guy. 6'1" righty, 180 pounds. He'll inherit a runner over at third base. He'll deal with Josh Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 2 tonight, singled in the 2nd, walked in the 5th. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Base hit would give the Power a 4-run lead, and you would think that would close the door on the Bootleggers.
But do not count these Bootleggers out. They've shown a lot of tenacity in these later innings.
Line foul, 0-2. CJ Broussard back throwing again in the bullpen. You have to think he'll come on to pitch the 9th.
I think he will.
Here's the 0-2. Rivera to Hernandez. Breaking ball hit well out to center field. William Fleece out to get it. He's got beat on. He puts it away to finally retire the side. But not before the Power able to put 2 runs on the board, extend their lead to 3, and the big blow coming from Emmanuel Dean with the double down the right field line. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and here comes CJ Broussard to try and shut the door. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to the 9th inning we go in this exciting Tuesday night ball game. Power lead 8-5 after putting up 2 insurance runs in their half of the 8th inning. And that'll be big CJ Broussard coming on to try to earn the save. This will be his first save attempt of the season. This will be the 6th game he's pitched this season. He's gone 7 1/3 innings, allowed just 2 hits and a single earned run, 11 strikeouts, 3 walks to his credit. He'll face the 9-1-2 batters. His first man will be Ramon Macias. Macias struck out his only time up in the 7th. This is not officially a save situation. The tying run is currently in the hole. But Broussard trying to earn the save nonetheless. Evan Shaw went the first 6 innings. He was masterful, 1 earned run. Tougher go for Joey Mazzetti. Was able to work out of the 8th inning, preserving what was at the time a 1-run lead. And now Broussard, 1-1 count. Strike 2, right down the chute. Gotta get on base any way you can if you're Ramon Macias and the Bootleggers.
They've been able to take advantage of a lot of walks, especially a lot of wildness by Joey Mazzetti. We started looking locked in so far.
The 1-2. Hit foul into the seats. Broussard's pitched a couple years in the Twins system. How about that for a young college guy to say you faced a professional?
Indeed, he was drafted by the Twins in 2017. What a great experience on that arm.
1-2 inside. Heard some kind of extra sound. I guess it did not get a piece of Macias.
That's the
You
first.
heard that too, Marshall? I heard like a cha-ching before it got to the glove of Richardson.
I thought I heard that too. First curveball of the evening for Broussard at 75 miles per hour.
An argument from Macias, so we see it 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's popped up, left side out of play. Good battle from Macias. Might have caught some fans by surprise with that foul ball.
Yeah, had a bit of hang time. Had to be ready for that one.
Fortunately, it hit the bleachers.
A gift for the more populated section of our bleachers. Another strong crowd tonight.
Flags are quiet as the mist system continues to operate. The only problem with no breeze is we don't get any of the mist system in the booth. But it's a pretty nice evening. 2-2, out to left field, down the line, over is Alvarez, will drop foul.
Nice little, good battle here to start this ninth.
To say the least. Pioneer Town Bootleggers not going down without a fight.
They aren't.
Can't say the same thing from the previous 5 power opponents.
Who all were soundly routed.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Broussard dealing to Ramon Macias. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Macias goes down swinging. After a really, really good battle, Broussard ends up coming out on top.
2 outs away. Get up and make some noise.
Now it'll be William Fleece. 0 for 4 tonight.
That last pitch, an absolutely filthy 85-mile-per-hour changeup from Broussard.
Fleece ground out to second base his last time up. Drove in the run out to second again. Perez up with it. Over the first, 2 outs. 1 pitch, 1 out, and just like that, there's 2 away. That'll bring up Joey Little. The last hope for the Pioneer Town Bootleggers.
Joey Little.
Broussard's retired the first 2 men this inning. Trying to pick up the save, and the 6th win in the row for the Power. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 13 combined runs between the 2 teams, only 9 total hits. Here's the 1-0. Hit foul, 1-1. Waiting on deck is Max Merlin. Power lead 8-5. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning.
Eighth pitch of the at bat coming. Sorry, working a solid mix of fastballs and changeups.
The 1-1. Fouled straight back. Good looking hack there from Joey Little. Here we stand. A ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, possibly 1 pitch away. Here it is. Out to left center field. On the run is Alvarez. And he can't get it. It'll go past him towards the warning track. Pulling into second with a 2-out double is Joey Little. His first hit of the night. 5th hit of the night for the Bootleggers. Ringing double. keeps the Bootleggers alive. Well, Marshall, now it's a save situation. The tying run's on deck.
It is. Broussard can notch his first save of the season. And again, the Bootleggers just grinding. Just when you think they're put away for an inning, they find a way to get on a timely hit or take advantage of a walk or a hit by pitch.
That was an excellent swing from Joey Little. Ripped that ball right into the gap. That'll bring up Max Merlin. Singled in the 8th after coming off the bench. Trying for another base hit here to keep the Bootleggers alive and bring the tying run to the plate. First pitch down low, 1-0. Hit foul, 1-1. Power trying to move to 8-2 this season. Chance to win game number 6 in a row. Broussard dealing with Max Merlin. Joey Little over at second base. Ripped! Fair ball down the right field line. How about that? Joey Little will cross the plate easily. Pulling into second is Max Merlin. 2 doubles in a row, Marshall. And the tying run is coming to the plate.
In the form of Mason Schaubeck. What are the odds? But inning by inning, you have just seen these Bootleggers just constantly battle. And 2 beautifully stroked doubles back to back.
That'll bring up Nicholas Rivas. Came on in the 8th inning and struck out. Takes ball 1 high. Nicholas Rivas, the tying run at the plate.
Pardon, Nicholas Rivas not in place of Schaubeck.
Power clinging to an 8-6 lead. Boy, Marshall, those 2 insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th inning proving to be huge right now.
They are looming very large.
Taking all the way for strike 1 is Rivas. Eight to 6 is where we stand, the 1-1. Up and in 2-1. Pioneer Town Bootleggers refuse to die. Power trying to win their 6th game in a row. Every time the Power were able to work ahead, the Bootleggers have had some kind of answer. As they're down to their last out, the 2-1. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. For the second time this inning, the Bootleggers down to their final strike. C.J. Broussard trying to close the door.
Crowd on its feet, roaring for that final out.
Broussard set the 2-2. Fouled off. Boy, that was off the fists
He barely,
of Rivas.
barely got a piece of it.
Boy, shaking his hands after that one fell, right? Almost got his knuckles.
An 89-mile-per-hour fastball. You're going to feel that in the morning.
These Bootleggers up to the challenge. Against the man who's pitched professional. We'll do it again. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Richardson finishes the strikeout over the first base. That retires the side. The Power hold on to win 8-6 over the Pioneer Town Bootleggers. Boy, did that get interesting a couple times in the past 2 innings. Mazzetti able to work out of a jam to reserve a 1-run lead, and Broussard, C.J. Broussard slams the door for the 6th win in a row for the Palm Springs Power.
Outstanding. Yeah, this is their testiest win in a hot minute, but a win is a win nonetheless. The 6th win in a row for your Palm Springs Power, who now improved to 8-2, and this is shaping up to be quite a year for this very special team.
Well, that finishes off a very, very strange night. Only 11 total hits combined, all sorts of walks, but a win is a win. The Power take it. They come from behind, win it 8-6, 6 in a row. That'll do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Marshall Garvey. And come back right here, Palm Springs Power YouTube, tomorrow night. Power back at it. Have a great rest of your night.